What is good, crowd people, and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Bobbalam, and in today's video we're talking about Trippie Redd potentially, or actually it looks like it's actually happening, replacing Lil Uzi Vert on the song Big 14, which was originally supposed to be a collab between Uzi and Trippie Redd with an Offset feature, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. And before everybody starts hating, especially because the title is probably a little too much for y'all. I know I sprinkled too much sauce on there. It's probably too hot for all y'all lame ass boys. But by definition, Trippie Redd, and we'll get into the argument a little bit later, he did in fact replace Lil Uzi Vert. Even though Uzi may not have sent the verse in, he still replaced him with Offset. But we'll get into the proof in just a second. 4. We found out earlier this morning, shout out Icy Rap who posted it originally, but I reposted it on Twitter too, so too bad. But anyway, it looks like one of Offset's boys posted on his story a snippet with Offset in the car in the Rolls Royce, as you can see with the stars on the roof. A snippet of his verse on Big 14 with the same beat, and you can hear Trippie Redd's chorus on the Big 14 song. Now, if you ask me, Offset and Trippie Redd are a go-to duo. I personally don't care too much. Obviously, I'm a little bit sad that Lil Uzi Vert isn't on this song that he was originally intended to be, because Uzi's like my top 2 artists. And for the people who don't know, it's like Cardi, Uzi, interchangeable. I think Uzi's actually #1. Juice WRLD and Trippie Redd as my top 4. And then maybe like a Pierre Bourne, Cochise, those type of artists. K-Swab moving up. But as I was saying, with this terminology that I said on Twitter, that Trippie Redd quite literally replaced Lil Uzi Vert on that feature, because again, he was originally intended to be on that Big 14 song, as Trippie Redd said at a live concert.
So first, Trippie and Uzi collab. Yeah, Big 14, bitch, yeah.
Way back in the day. I know it was a long time ago, and then after that, Trippie Redd addressed the questions from fans asking about this exact collab with Uzi on an Instagram live, and stated that Uzi just had never sent his verse in. And then I believe a couple months after that, Uzi and Trippie were seen back in the studio together, probably trying to work out something, but maybe their, vocals or just sounds just didn't mesh as well as they thought it was going to. Or maybe considering Trippie Redd don't like to pay $80K a beat on that Pierre shit, that he don't want to pay $100K for that Uzi feature, because Uzi's label wants that bag after I think Shy Glizzy got mad at Uzi way back in the day, like last year, because Uzi gave him a feature that he released without paying him, and then there was a whole little scuffle where Uzi's like, we were dogs, but you still owe me some paper. Either way though, I don't think, as some people said in the replies on my Twitter, that Trippie's fumbling the bag. I think the song may even be a little bit better than if Uzi was on it, because Uzi's kind of like a more happy or sad vibe, let's say, kind of like a, let's say, softer in the way. He's super flaccid, but Offset kind of goes harder on those Trip at Night-esque beats. Now, I can't remember if Uzi has ever been on a rager beat like that. He probably has. He probably killed it. But on the top of my head, I feel like Offset does fit the beat well. So I can't sit here and say, nah, Trippie fumbled the bag. He should have kept Uzi on it. Especially because Uzi never even sent his verse in after like 3 years. And finally, Trippie is ready to drop this song, or at least it looks like it. So Trip at Night about to be a fucking banger album. We got so many hits on there that are guaranteed. Miss the Rage, Molly Water, both produced by my guy Luso, up and coming producer in the Hyperpop producer collective. Big 14 potentially, among many other snippets that have been going off on social media. More hype than I've seen for any rapper throughout the past 6 months or so. Of course, Whole Lot of Red and Eternal Take, but that was a whole different story. And that's about it. Trippie Redd technically replaces Lil Uzi Vert on the Big 14 song with Offset. I'm not saying there's any harsh feelings, okay? Actually, now that I think about it, hold the fucking phone. You remember in Punk Monk on Playboy Cardi's song on A Whole Lot of Red, he said that he was in Paris or whatever city while Uzi and Offset started hitting. Let me go to the lyrics real quick. Right here, look at this. I was in Paris when Offset and Uzi started hitting. I had to stay out of that shit because they ain't none of my business. Hold up. And now Offset is on Big 14 with Trippie Redd. Now, I'm not saying that Trippie is in any sort of beef with Uzi, but it is just a little bit odd. Maybe Uzi might feel some type of way, although I know that Trippie Red went on his Instagram story like 15 hours ago. I was trying to use the filter that he used, so that's how I know why, but he put the diamond on his forehead, just paying homage or making a joke about Uzi, because that's a meme at this point, having the bloody forehead. But I don't know if Uzi and Offset were beefing at some point, and then Offset hopped on a song he was supposed to hop on. I don't know how he would feel. But again, I don't think Trippie is in any sort of beef with either of them. Just something to think about though. So with that, it's your boy Bobbalam signing off. Tatting Big 14 on my forehead. If Uzi also sends his verse in, imagine that. Offset, Trippie Red, and Uzi on the same song, shit would go off. But let me know in the comments what you think. You like the Offset feature better or the Uzi feature, even though we've never heard Uzi's verse on it, but just the potential of it. Make sure to like and subscribe and join the Bob Gang if you with it. Peace out, Carter people. Know what I'm saying?